hopefully he can carry on from what he did yesterday, and be nice for him to win a race, you know. He was unlucky at Snetterton when he was on pole, so if he can keep it up, I'm sure he'll be up the front.
He went out the first lap at Snetterton.
Yeah.
Is that right?
First corner, no.
Well, we're about to come under orders now, and here we go. That's our series leader, the black and yellow bike. That is the Animal Dunlop-based backed motorcycle. Copse Corner is going to be a nightmare for these guys the first lap. I'm holding my breath just here and I've got my fingers crossed everybody makes it through cleanly. I'll tell you what, that was a sweep across the front.
Some aggressive riding going on there into Copse.
Copse Corner, it's a quick old turn to make a mistake at, and now it's nearly all tarmac as well. It really hurts. Who is it that's got the drop? 38 looks like Pollock. Is it
I
Pollock
think it's John Boyle. I think John Boyle's up there.
in front, Tommy second, Adam in third.
That'll do.
That'll do. Glad you've got an expert. Brendan Roberts in fourth, number 42 in the fourth position there. So, whoa, bit of a tank slapper there through the flip-flop.
Tell you what, Billy McConnell just did not make the start. He's really mired back in the pack.
Well, certainly not part of the plan for him. Brendan Roberts has been strong here. You see him just going down the inside there into Abbey, going from fourth to third position. Hopefully he can stop it and keep it safe underneath Adam Jenkinson there. Brendan Roberts up to third.
It's actually Kyle Bryce that holds the lap record here, believe it or not, in the R6 Cup. It was Adam Jenkinson who won here last year, but it's Kyle Bryce that holds the lap record, 1:35.9.
Kyle Bryce, of course, finishing the R6 Cup early last season and going off to ride Superbike. Brendan Roberts looking for a second. I wasn't sure where they were going to end up there.
John Boyle left a gap rather wide for an R6.
I said to Tommy, just go steady on the first corner, first lap.
Steady.
The race. Yeah.
Can you afford to go steady in any corner in the R6 Cup?
Well,
we come to the end of lap one of the 14. Leading, I think. As I hold my breath, it would cut.
Wow, big sideways there.
Unbelievable. I didn't know they had enough power to do that.
Oh, was that John Boyle going completely sideways out of the last corner there? Whoa.
Well, it is your brother that has the fastest lap on the opening lap at the moment, so Tommy Bridewell is the quickest as we start lap
to see
two.
he's taking it steady on the first lap.
Yeah. Let's take another look at this.
Hopefully we can see second position man John Boyle. Watch the back end of his bike there. Woohoo!
I'll tell you what, that was as good a power slide as you're ever going to get.
It was great, and he stood it up and wheelied out the corner, and ever so safe, but it's frightening from where I was sitting.
That might be why you're sitting there now. Well, Tommy has cleared off at the front of this. He got the fastest lap in qualifying, and he certainly got the fastest lap on the opening lap.
Adam Jenkinson there having a look.
Ben Castleton is off at Abbey. Rider okay, we're told. Under the bridge. Into that beautiful right-hander at bridge.
There goes Brendan. Brendan Roberts, number 42 there, probably one of the heavier riders, one of the bigger riders. Adam Jenkinson goes with him.
Well, we've not seen great form from Adam Jenkinson since last year, basically. The number 11 bike.
Yeah, we certainly know what he's capable of. He's underneath Brendan Roberts there. Gives a little bit of a barge. He means business this weekend.
Superb stuff. He knows his way around here and he knows where he wants to make all the moves.
he actually won it last year, if you can
recall. Yep.
Nice pass and nice exit around the last corner there for Adam Jenkinson. No one's looking at Tommy Bridewell, or he's gone.
Tommy's certainly emerging as a young man to reckon with, and of course we have to reckon with the Bennett's Rider of the Day award. Mr. Mackenzie will be...
Well, Tommy's certainly been in the hunt the last few rounds with his performances. Why is he so good, Ollie?
I don't know, to be honest.
Question.
It's advice from his older brother, Dad keeps on saying, but
it's fair enough.
No, it's rubbish, honestly.
But he's obviously very smooth and very confident and very consistent now. He's doing it every week, qualifying right at the front.
It's more confidence than anything, and he had that one good result, and as soon as he had that, he's, touch wood, he's going to hopefully carry it on, you know.
Well, it's all happening at Abbey Corner. James Cox is off there as well now.
Billy McConnell down in sixth position. I mean, he is favourite to win that brand new R6, but at the moment it's Brendan Roberts. It's looking like he could take it home.
Yeah, you working out the aggregates here. I'm leaving you to the Scottish mathematician.
Free bike there, it always adds a bit of interest.
Well, Billy McConnell's in pole position for that, along with Brendan Roberts and Ian Lowry. Adam Jenkinson is fourth, though, in the first race at the MotoGP round, so, I mean, he's not out of the hunt here either.
It's far too confusing.
Indeed. Points make prizes.
Now, these guys on D208 MotoGP
RR.
shredded RR.
Yeah, don't forget it. Oh, a little bit on the wide side there. 42, Brendan Roberts. Just losing a load of momentum in the middle of the Woodcote chicane.
What I was going to say is on fairly standard tyres here, and definitely the track temperature's up today. And again, middle of the race, end of the race, these guys are going to start sliding around.
Through Copse. Still it is Tommy Bridewell that leads from Adam Jenkinson on bike number 11 in second place. Third is 78, John Boyd Lee. Brendan Roberts on bike 42 in fourth place. Connor Cummins, bike number 3 in fifth place. Billy McConnell, the leader of the MotoGP aggregate series, if we're looking at that as a feature for today. He's back in sixth place on bike 75.
Yeah, points-wise, he's got a 5-point advantage over Brendan Roberts, so... Well, I'm not even going to start working out.
I thought you were going up an alley. You didn't want to be down there for a moment.
Well, yeah, I'm not even going to try. I'm in such a hole. I'm not going to even bother. But Tommy Bridewell, 1.6 seconds advantage at the front here. Very impressive.
But you've got to say that's incredible in this class of racing. I mean, he is. Should we say how much does he weigh, Ollie? He's quite a little fella.
He's about 8.5, 9 stone now. So Rob Mack was saying every stone is.
Oh, John Boy Lee. Was that John Boy Lee really wide there at Priory?
Again.
He's going to...
Yeah, is he going to go back for it? He looked like he was going to shove it straight up the inside into Brooklands, but...
young Connor Cummins, number 3.
Well, Connor Cummins, of course, did this series last year. Actually, that's the thing that amazes me more than anything. The top boys can't come back into the second year of racing. They're obviously excluded from it, but some of those that finished out of the top 5, I think it is, have managed to come back again, but they haven't featured quite as heavily as I thought they would.
It is the top 5, yeah. Well, Adam Jenkinson was favourite, number 11 in second place at the moment. He was verging on being in the top 5, didn't race at the final round at Donington for whatever reason, and of course could re-enter this year.
Same as John Boy.
Adam Jenkinson, fastest lap, 1 minute 34.8, and that is nearly over a second under the lap record held by Carl Bright, so a new lap record then for Adam Jenkinson.
But of course 7/10 of a second slower than Tommy Bridewell's pole position. Tommy Bridewell's pole position at 1:34.1 was half a second quicker than second place man Adam Jenkinson on the 1:34.6.
And of course no qualifying tyres whatsoever in this, or tyre warmers, so exactly the same kit as they use for qualifying. Up the inside at Abbey.
Into Abbey, nice pass, keeps it low, keeps it tight.
Connor also got on the podium here last year, so he's obviously bonds with the track well.
Bridewell's don't go bad too here.
No, they don't.
Nice second place for Ollie here in the opening race of the day in Superstock Championship.
Yeah, well, he was beaten by an old fella as well in the Superstock, wasn't he? You've got to say Adrian Coates, ex-Grand Prix boy, very much respected rider. So, Ollie, I don't think second place was... Well, I know it wasn't acceptable to you, but it didn't look bad from where I was.
Thank you.
You're so polite. It will change as you get older.
It will.
As you get old and bitter and twisted and cynical like us, you'll be in a right mess.
Tommy Bridewell still leads from the new lap record holder Adam Jenkinson in second place, 42. Brendan Roberts is third. Connor Cummins up to, in fact, that's been a change. There is Connor Cummins in third place. Brendan Roberts now in fourth on bike 42. Looking down to see where McConnell is. He was in sixth place when he came over the line last time. Half a second adrift of John Boy Lee, but John Boy Lee has been making a mistake or two.
Adam Jenkins put another quickest lap in, 34.4.
I'll tell you what, that's beginning to get a bit meaningful, isn't it, at that? 34.4 is 3/10 off of the pole time of Tommy Bridewell. And
the gap has come down to 1.2 seconds between Bridewell and Jenkinson. So he's definitely he's closing that gap, and he's got enough time.
34.6 was Tommy's last lap.
John Boy Lee there.
This is Abbey corner. Ooh. Brendan Roberts not wanting to give him the place, but eventually having to.
Yeah, that was a fair pass.
It's amazingly fair, I have to say, at the moment. We've seen cleaner passes in this than we did in the Bennett's British Superbike race a little bit earlier. And it's so unexpected. We're about to come to half distance very soon. Tommy Bridewell still leads by 1.2 seconds last time they went over the line from Adam Jenkinson. We'll see if that's closed down. This is the melee for third place. Billy McConnell there at the back on the Animal and Dunlop-backed championship leader bike, the yellow bike. And McConnell, I don't reckon he's going to waste much time with these three somehow. Oof, Connor Cummins having to sit it up on the fat part of the tyre. Here's your race leader going through. Adam Jenkinson is now, well, it's 1.5 seconds. So it's actually increased. Tommy Bridewell has put in the fastest lap of the race and therefore another lap record. So Bridewell leads with a new lap record and pole position, known as the gentleman's set.
Yeah, and he's increased that lead now to 1.5 seconds. Billy McConnell there in 6th position, really looking good for the championship. He can't afford to make any mistakes. He needs to keep bringing it home. I'm sure the championship win is much more important than taking home that brand new R6.
Well, I don't know. I think the funding, as far as the Aussies are concerned, is a bit of a point of issue, and a free motorcycle for sale will go down quite nicely, courtesy of Yamaha UK.
Brendan Roberts had a big lunge there, it lost a bit of time.
They're not going to give way, are they?
They're not.
At what particular point in this, Ollie, did you think they might?
Wow.
Interestingly, that it's going to be Jason Griffiths that gives away the motorcycle on behalf of Yamaha at the end of this race. Himself a very successful motorcycle racer, and now pretty much ensconced in the Yamaha hierarchy.
He certainly is, based in Isle of Man. Still does a bit of road racing in Isle of Man and the Ulster.
Lap 7 of 14. This is the battle. It's a battle for 3rd place. Tommy Bridewell seems to be controlling things off the front, although Adam Jenkins has did have a bit. Oh, Billy McConnell.
Billy McConnell, he went underneath Brendan Roberts there, but he got slapped midway through that chicane.
Yeah, the two Aussies are likely to take each other out at this rate.
They are the best of mates, but obviously don't want to give anything away. Billy McConnell.
Take another look at this.
Yeah, Billy McConnell up the inside there. Brendan Roberts round the outside. Excuse me. That's my part of the tarmac, and yeah, not giving anything away there. But yeah, Billy McConnell, based in Tamworth, works for Tamworth Yamaha and sponsored by Tamworth Yamaha. So the guys up there looking after Billy McConnell. Been in the country a few years now, but
Adam Jenkinson, well, taking a 10th out of the race leader Tommy Bridewell on that last lap. So not much in it. Definitely seems like brother Tommy is controlling this Ollie at the moment from the front. Does that is he mature enough to be able to think like that?
I'd say so. He's experienced at the end of the day, and he's been a couple of years on a 125, and he was very quick round here on a 125. So I'm sure if he keeps his head, he should hopefully be able to put 2 and 2 together and finish the race.
16 years old, incredible. Just keep him away from my daughter. Lap 8 of 14.
Now just looking at this new R6 thing here, Billy McConnell first at Donington and 6th at the moment. Tommy Bridewell first at the moment and 5th at Donington, so at the moment he might be the man.
Well, you've stated the facts as they are on the monitor. Now do the mathematics. So you've expected
Billy McConnell. Billy McConnell just grabbed at least one place, maybe 2 places. So suddenly, I'd say he's taking that bike home.
He wants it, doesn't he?
He wants it.
Connor Cummins will be hungry for a podium,
if not a motorcycle. But I've got to say that Billy McConnell again, he is the series leader. That's why he's on the yellow bike, and you've got to say that having worked so hard right the way through these laps to make it lap 9 in front of that bunch. And Adam Jenkinson has just put in another new lap record, 34.3 it's gone to now.
Yeah, Billy McConnell is a class act, and Tommy Bridewell, I'm sure, is star of the future, but Billy McConnell's done all the groundwork beginning of the season. He's put race wins together, consistent finishes. Unfortunately jumped off at Knockhill, but this is the melee at the chicane on the last lap.
Just so audacious. I tell you what, if Connor Cummins hadn't sat up, they would have collided. And then he just squares it off and squirts it down.
Beautiful. Beautiful pass. Looked like they all knew what they were doing.
There was a script, but only Billy McConnell knew it.
You've got Ian Lowry now just joining the back of that group, who also was up there at Donington.
Yeah, Ian Lowry needs to do a little bit of work, doesn't he? Because Ian Lowry finished 3rd at Donington in the MotoGP round. Of course, the MotoGP round does not score points-wise towards this championship and ultimately the British Superbike ride for next year. There's Rob Mack, our senior citizen in the middle there. Tommy Hill to his left, of course, the R6 Cup winner from last year, the year before rather, and looking so good. And Tommy Hill, the recipient of that Superbike Cup win 2 years ago. Richard Wren last year moved up into the Superbike series. And it looks like Billy McConnell, if he carries on with the way he's going at the moment, will be the 3rd recipient of a British Superbike ride courtesy of Yamaha and Virgin Mobile.
Yeah, certainly doing a good job now. Just stuck in the fastest lap of the race, 1:34.3.
It's the time of the race to do it. Billy McConnell. He has been a bit of a revelation. Have you been doing any homework on him, Mr. Mackenzie?
Well, all I know that, as I said, he's looked after by the Tamworth Yamaha people, Jonathan and Lisa King, works in the shop, is sponsored by them, and they think he's fantastic, very professional, very serious, very focused, wants this championship, of course, and doing everything he can, and you've got to argue that he's the strongest rider in the series.
Billy McConnell, if we don't use countback at the moment as far as the point scoring is concerned, is 11 points in front of John Boy Lee in second place in the main championship. So John Boy Lee is the man that McConnell will want to be beating in a moment, and certainly sticking in these quick laps. He's got a long way to go before he catches him, but
here he goes.
In fact, he had a long way to go as he started that last lap. I can't believe how much faster he's been on that lap to get in front of John Boy Lee. He seems to be able to do just about anything with that motorcycle.
He certainly, that was a nice move there.
Do you know what? Billy McConnell was 0.6 of a second behind John Boy Lee as he started that lap. He's taken nearly a second out of him.
Well, one thing, when you see a ride like that or a rider like this, you know they deserve to win the championship. If there's half a dozen guys at the same pace, you think, well, they're all a bit the same, but if there's someone that stands out, then I think that's a good thing. Look at this, into Luffield, and a difficult place to pass because you've got to brake and you've got to turn in on the brakes, but he pulled it down, he kept it tight to the apex, ran a little bit wide there. John Boy Lee coming up the other side, but couldn't get back in front.
So Billy McConnell moves up into third place now. He's chasing down Adam Jenkinson in second place and young Tommy Bridewell out front. Tommy Bridewell has a 2-second lead now over Adam Jenkinson, but there's a huge gap back from Jenkinson to McConnell, 5.6 seconds or thereabouts, and we are on lap 11 of 14. I think that's too big a job even for the likes of the audacious Billy McConnell, but then I might be wrong. I was last time.
Well, no, I'm sure you're not wrong on this occasion, Keith. That was a huge gap, and he's put the fastest lap in, but he's not going to have a big enough advantage to get in touch with Adam Jenkinson. Of course, anything can happen in the last few laps.
John Boy's dropped back a couple as well, hasn't he? He can't obviously stick the pace of Billy.
Well, Adam Jenkinson really needed to win this race if he was going to have any chance of taking that motorcycle home, courtesy of Yamaha at the end of this. The aggregate points, when they add the MotoGP points to the points they get from this race as well, it was a non-championship situation to win that bike. There's a whole load of prizes actually that Rob McElnay managed to cobble together. Second place gets you a new scooter, and it goes right the way down to jackets and animal clothing and God knows what else.
Whatever's left up Rob's
in the locker, yeah. Didn't want to say that, but since you're an even closer mate to him than me,
might get away with it.
You might, yeah. Tommy Bridewell is just... You better watch out, Ollie.
That's what I was only saying earlier. Next year, not good, is it?
Not for you.
No. We've had this once before in one season, and it normally ended in tears.
Yeah, how do you cope with it? It's inter-family wars. I mean, it's one thing being a teammate and having an argument with them, but when you've got to live with them...
Well, normally we're going to have to get a ring put outside, I think, in the garden.
Good to see.
Jenkinson, sorry Neil, go on.
Just good to see a 16-year-old. The last 16-year-old we saw performing like this was, of course, James Tosland.
And it is his first year as well on a 4-stroke, you know. It's not like he's been on it for a year. He's come on good.
He's definitely got the style for it, hasn't he? And just the pace that the corner speed that he carries is absolutely superb. I mean, I didn't think he'd have this all his own way today. I really didn't. I must say that a 3-second lead he had over Jenkinson last time we looked. It would have been interesting if McConnell could have got himself away a little bit earlier on, because McConnell has ended up being the fastest lap and new record holder here at Silverstone, but on the international circuit. But we still don't know what Tommy might have been capable of if he'd been pushed.
He hasn't at any moments. He's been pretty much a flag-to-flag victory, providing he brings it home over these next few laps. But very, very impressive, and conserved his tyres well. Real smooth riding style.
Well, I suppose that's the other point to make about McConnell. He's had to work his tyres harder than anybody else out there. He's still third in it. He's cut that lead on Jenkinson down to just over 4 seconds. So, got to say, McConnell is a man on a mission. But it's not going to get him second place, you know, unless there's a massive mistake made. We have only got a lap and a half to go. Tommy Bridewell.
He just looks so smooth, doesn't he, Keith?
He does. You can say you're his brother, but we're all a bit in awe of him at the moment here at Silverstone. It's we've run out of superlatives. I mean, what do your parents think about this?
Well, I think he's going to be flavour of the month for sure.
Well, second place this morning in the, just after noon in the Superstock race for yourself with some good international competition. You got your younger brother here, absolutely clearing off, going to take his second win, it looks like, in the R6 Cup.
Press release.
They'll be beating your door down, won't they? To give you some money with a bit of luck.
I was going to say the press release by Larry Carter should be good.
Larry Carter. Is there anybody he doesn't do, apart from you, Neil, press release for anymore?
Well, I might even read it this week.
He's taken over, of course, the editorship of Racer magazine. I'm sure he'll have something to say about this young man as he starts his last lap then. Tommy Bridewell, just 16 years old, in the Virgin Mobile Cup here. He is going to take his second win of the year. He was the youngest ever Virgin Mobile Cup race winner. He's now going to be the youngest ever two-time winner. Through Cops, up towards Maggots. 3.1 seconds was his lead over Adam Jenkinson in second place. Adam Jenkinson held Billy McConnell to a 4.5 second third place. John Boyley in fourth, Ian Lowry in fifth. Brendan Roberts slipping down on bike 42 to sixth place. Connor Cummins slipping even further on bike 3 down to 7th.
What's his background, Ollie? Where did he start? When did he start? What did he ride?
The pair of us started on mini motos with the mini moto racing in Chippenham. It was basically from there on we just raced together and went on to 125s at New Era, up to MRO and then into the British. And Tommy,
simple as that.
Yeah.
Well, you must have been quite small at one time as well, then, Ollie.
I was a bit smaller than Tommy. It's never that easy to get into racing and especially be competitive, you know.
So is he going to grow the same as you did over the last year and put another foot on?
Well, I think he'll go outwards, but not upwards.
Bit of a Rob Mack syndrome then, but we won't go there, will we, Mr. McElnay?
Better get him on these slimming Vivaldi potatoes, he'll be all right.
That's the ones.
So then, as this young man comes into the Woodcut chicane for the last time, Tommy Bridewell is about to take his second Virgin Mobile Cup with a stylish look over his shoulder. I thought for a second he was going to slow it up and yank a dirty great big wheelie over the line. He just takes a stand-up checkered flag. Second place goes to Adam Jenkinson.
Well done, Tom.
It might be the only thing that Rob Mack can celebrate today at the moment is the emergence of
here we go.
Tommy. McConnell gets the fastest lap and therefore the lap record here. And according to my reckoning, and it's mental arithmetic only, it is going to be Billy McConnell that takes the Yamaha R6 award and therefore wins. And take a look at this now. Tommy Bridewell taking the race win by 2.4 seconds from Adam Jenkinson. Absolutely dominant ride from the young Tommy. Billy McConnell, though, working very, very hard right the way through the field. He wins a brand spanking new R6 Yamaha, courtesy of Yamaha here in the UK. Ian Lowry is bumped from that possible award along with John Boy Lee, 4th and 5th, and then Brendan Roberts ending in 6th place in the end. Connor Cummins slipping down the order to 7th with Tom